The ANC in the Johannesburg region has confirmed plans for Johannesburg's executive mayor Kabelo Gwamanda to resign from his position. He's likely to tender his resignation once talks with other parties to join the government of local unity in the city of Johannesburg have been concluded. Gwamanda was elected as mayor last year with the help of the ANC, EFF and minority parties after the Democratic Alliance's Dr. Mpho Phalatse lost a motion of no confidence.
The City of Johannesburg could soon have a new mayor, but this will depend on talks with other political parties like Action SA. The party with the third largest votes in the metro may join the ANC-led GLU on the condition that an Action SA candidate is given the position of Speaker. This comes after the party recently echoed some civic society organizations' calls for the removal of Mayor Kabelo Gwamanda. It has cited the recent 200 Rand prepaid electricity charge and a lack of service delivery as the foundation for its calls to axe Gwamanda.
Councillor Kabelo Gwamanda has failed dismally in his role as the executive mayor. Up to date, there is no service delivery being rendered to the residents. No bylaw implementation has been done. We've been very vocal and outright about things that are going wrong during his tenure as Action SA. One would recall when he first took over in office, we all saw the Guest Street explosion in Lillian Ngwe. And when residents were looking up to him for answers, for assurance that nothing of that sort will occur on other parts of the city, he was quiet.
While Gwamanda's future hangs in the balance, talks between the ANC and Action SA are at an advanced stage. The ANC now wants the party with a majority of seats to take on the position of mayor. This could see the party's regional chairperson, Dada Morero, ascending from finance MMC to wearing the mayoral chain.
The current executive mayor, we have worked well with him as the African National Congress and his party. They are still part of the government of local unity. They are even part of the government of national unity. So, of course, the new mayor will be able to see how best do we give him a particular responsibility to assist us moving forward. So I don't think he will be worse off. He assisted us when we requested that, look, let's have a minority mayor, and he availed himself, and it's fair that we also recognize that fact, So he will not be on the streets.
Meanwhile, Action SA will be meeting to discuss the prospects of joining the ANC-led Government of Local Unity. The IFP has joined the GLU in Johannesburg, which has seen the party's councillor Mlungisi Mabaso's appointment as housing MMC. Mbalenhle Mthethwa, SABC News, Johannesburg.
For more on this, we now speak to Johannesburg Regional Secretary Sasabona Manganye for more on this conversation. Sasabona, thank you so much for your time this evening here on SABC News. I mean, we're told by the ANC that, come the end of this week, we would see Kabelo Gwamanda removed as the mayor of the city of Johannesburg. Can we expect that announcement by tomorrow?
Good evening, and your viewers. Look, the announcement will definitely happen during this week, and our plan is that at least by Friday we should be able to have a new mayor in the city of Johannesburg. So we are still in the final stages of engagement with the different parties that we are in a coalition with, especially also the Al Jama party, in terms of how we are going to handle this matter. But definitely, we will have a new mayor.
Why is it taking so long for these negotiations, to take place? Because it seems as if, discussions began a while ago that, of course, will ultimately see Kabelo Gwamanda being removed as the mayor of the city of Johannesburg. Why does it seem as if it's taking too long?
Yes, look, these are negotiations. We have started to engage on these negotiations since, late last year, even before elections. I mean, we agreed with the IFP to join the GLU before even elections. We only implemented that decision after election. That's why they are part of us. And the Action SA, we are still engaging them. They want to join us. Of course, the issue of electing the new mayor, it has nothing to do also with Action SA, because our coalition, as we speak, has 147 councillors out of 270. So we already have the required majority, but we needed to engage all parties involved so that when we elect a new mayor that comes from the African National Congress, which is in line with the National Framework on Local Government Coalition, which requires the party with majority to lead with the mayor, and also which now it has been encapsulated in the Statement of Intent for the Government of National Unity, which then made it easier for us to continue with our engagement with the current parties to ensure that they allow the African National Congress to take over the seat of the mayor. Of course, we have also engaged Al Jama around this matter, and there is an alignment between ourselves and Al Jama, and hence we are confident that before the end of this week we should be able to have the new executive mayor that comes from the African National Congress.
From what you are saying, it seems as if you and the Al Jama party seem to be on the same page. How do you plan on accommodating that party come the removal of the mayor?
Remember, Al Jama is part of 9 parties that are minority parties who operate together as a bloc, and I know that they will also be joined by UIM to be the 10th, and those parties they negotiate as a bloc, and on those bases, that is how Al Jama will be catered. You will know that even the speaker who comes from AIC is the speaker that has been recommended by the minority bloc. So definitely Al Jama will be accommodated from that context as a way forward when we take over the mayorship as the African National Congress.
And as you take over or prepare to take over the mayorship position, are you still firm on your decision that it should be Dada Morero from the ANC who takes over as the mayor?
In 2021, when we did a process of nomination of mayor, Comrade Dada Morero, who's the regional chair of the ANC in Joburg, became the candidate number 2 after the late Comrade Mpho, may his soul rest in peace. And then when we took over in 2022, we then revisited that process and say, let's allow number 2 to take over the same way we did when after, the former mayor, late Jolidi Matongo, passed on, we took number 2, who was the former mayor, Mpho. So we followed the same process in 2022. Unfortunately, after the 25 days of electing the mayor, we were disappointed through the court order that nullified the election of the mayor, which then led to the complication within the coalition where the EFF was no longer willing to vote for the ANC mayor, and that led us to the minority mayor, which Al Jama took over. So now we are revisiting that particular process. The Regional Executive Committee will be meeting on Monday to deliberate on this, and I am confident that the Regional Executive Committee should be able to maintain the same view that it will make sense for the regional chairperson of the ANC in Joburg to be the mayoral candidate, given the fact that we did deploy him before. However, that is a decision that is subjected to the Regional Executive Committee to make and recommend to National for confirmation.
And I mean, since 2016, the city of Johannesburg has found itself in coalitions because since 2016, no party has managed to get an outright majority. When you look at the discussions taking place now in terms of, securing a mayor for the city of Johannesburg, what makes it different when you compare it to the previous discussions which were held for a coalition or what you are saying now, this government of local unity?
Yeah, look, remember in 2016, of course, you had a serious disruption in the city of Johannesburg, which even today we still feel the impact of that disruption, which the DA multi-party took over. And at that particular time, the mayor was Herman Mashaba from the Democratic Alliance, which they found the city in good financial condition. They found the city that was left, with which was very clear in terms of service delivery, accelerated service delivery programs. There was visible service delivery in the city of Johannesburg. Unfortunately, those elections, because they were also affected by what is happening nationally, the ANC could not get the majority. So we, of course, came back in 2019 to ensure that we restore the financial standing in the city, we restore service delivery. We even had an accelerated service delivery campaign that assisted us to keep the city clean, to ensure that we fix the potholes. You'll remember we even had partnership with private sector, to implement energy mix solutions, including, a number of initiatives, even your independent power producers that have also been included as part of assisting us. So we basically tried to bring back the city, and 2021 disrupted us. And we believe that the African National Congress, given the experience we have in governing the city, the experience we have in terms of service delivery, if we have a mayor that comes from the ANC who understands those issues, will be able to inspire confidence into the official of the city to prioritize service delivery and to ensure that the residents of Johannesburg are serviced better.
All right, Sasabona, thank you so much for your time. That is Sasabona Manganye. He is the ANC Johannesburg Regional Secretary. Also saying there we should wait another week. He says by the end of next week, by Friday, he says Johannesburg should have a new mayor.